Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our new talk based on Vedic philosophy. So I will write here, this is Vedic philosophy. Let me first go and have the previous knowledge, what we did about, and we talked about the Vedic philosophy, the Veds, the four different kinds of Vedas, like Rig, like Atharvaved, like Yajur, and like Samaved. And then onwards, what was the concept of Veds, what was the language of Veds, that was Sanskrit, and how it was decodified. We discussed about it, about Panani being the first grammarian, and the different schools or different, I would say that the books which were written, or the books or the extractions of the Vedas, which are the part of Vedas, like we did talk about these Upanishads. We did talk about others as well, wherein we have the Brahmanas, we have the extraction of rituals, or we have the these mantras, we have prayers, we have incantations in Vedas, and also this pre-classical language and what we call Vedic Sanskrit, and later the classical Sanskrit. We did talk about it, and also the different these what we call that concepts about Ved, about the origin of Veds, whether they believe or some believe that most of the people divine in nature. That means they associate it with the Brahma, what's the creator, what they call that the ultimate reality. So now you can see that based on these Vedas, we had different schools. We had different schools, or we have two kinds of schools. And right here, one is Astika. It's a Sanskrit word, and then means which exists, or there is. And another is Nastika. Today we'll have only introduction of these two kinds, only the introduction, and the branches we have different kinds of these schools based on these. So what's Astika? That means Astika is what we call as these Orthodox. And some people believe that, some scholars, some intellectuals, they believe Orthodox as the pure, as the pious, as the pure. And what according to them was the pure? According to them, the purest was the Veda, the four different kinds of Vedas. So they take the pure form or the purest form with Vedas, and they call it Orthodox school. So I will write here Orthodox school. And I'll write here heterodox. So which is against this Astika, heterodox. But when we talk about Radhakrishnan and other philosophies, exactly what we see that, or the comparative analysis of different scholars, some believe that these Vedas, this Astika means that which exists, because this is a word which has been extracted from the Sanskrit word, what we mean Asti. Astika derived from the Sanskrit word Asti, which means there is. Some people say there is, like if I draw here 2, and then I say 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. That means 2 by 2, you can multiply to 3, you can multiply to 4, you can multiply to 5, you can multiply to 6. Same is the case, there is. So what's there? Some believe that it was that exactly there is God, there is Atma, there is soul, what we call soul. So there is a big term, Astika, that means which exists. What exists? The God exists, the soul exists, or different other things do exist. But when we go, the analysis, decodification, the codification done by Panani, and we exactly go and go through the commentaries which were later written based on these, like Adivedanta, like Shankara, like all other different scholars, we come to know that no, what exists is a something different definition that would exactly that would nullify the heterodox school. If you say that it means asti means there is God, there is soul, then we have to believe that they believe, heterodox people, that, or Nastika, that there is not soul, there is not this creator, what we say that Ishwar. So this word is generally what we have the word there, which means that the Ishvara is there, or what we call that Ishwar, it's related to that God. But so we have to take the balance, and we see the commentaries, they say that no, the Orthodox school is the school they believe in the authority of Vedas. So these believe in Vedas. So we have now the correct definition. We can say that the Orthodox school, what we say, or Astika, they believe in Vedas. So whatever is there in Vedas, whether there is the concept of God or not. So we don't have to see first, we have to see that they believe Vedas as the authority. Because, I will give the example here, some of the schools which believe Vedas as the authority, but they don't believe in God, but they believe that Vedas are the authorities. So we cannot say this type of definition, and we cannot dissociate those schools from the Orthodox schools. I will come to the example of those schools, because an introductory chapter only today. Based on this Astika, the traditional, these writers, the traditional scholars, they divided this Astika into 6 different schools. That means because 6 different schools were there. So what exactly is a school? Why we call school of philosophy? That means this school of philosophy. Let me write here school. For example, I believe that I can create, you can create 4 different kinds of breads which you should eat. For example, a triangular bread from the flour, and you just use the flour and water and just bake the flour, this flour, then you can create the bread. So triangular bread, parallelogram bread, this circular bread, and this square bread. So these 4 kinds of square, circular, triangular, and parallelogram. These are 4, and I say that we shall eat these 4, we shall believe in these 4, because these 4 will give strength. The shapes they have, they will give strength to you. That means I attach myself to this very thought, so I can call it a triangular school, or a square school, or a four geometrical shaped school. So the people who believe now this thought, we can call those people that they believe in triangular school, because they believe in particular thought like that you can have. Same is the case that they believe in Vedas, and there were different interpretations of Vedas, and some took some of the parts of the Vedas which they thought is the necessary, or is the necessity, what we call there in the society. So it means your society needs this, they took that part only, and some took different, and some took different interpretation of the same, and those were divided and those were separated from the existing schools. So the people, for example, you believe in prayers, or some believe that we shall have prayers like this. That means we separate them, and we say that they belong to this school because they believe like this. Some say that we shall believe like this, they believe like this. So based on this Astika, we have 6 different schools. I'll write here Astika. I'll write here first Astika, and I will draw a graphical figure here, and I will write here this is the first nyaya, and let me give a brief introduction, then I will come to second. And this nyaya school, what exactly is this nyaya? This nyaya school, what we believe that this is what we have the rules. For example, they believe that you have the particular rules, or you have the logic. We call it the school of logic also, to reach to the truth, or to gain the knowledge, That means they all believe in knowledge, but the way they say that how you can gain, or how you can interpret the knowledge, or how you can reach to the conclusion that will give or add up to your knowledge, So these all schools believe that, but there are different ways of knowledge. For example, I say that this is the river, this is called knowledge, this river, and there are 6 ways. This is first way, this is second way, this is third way, this is fourth way, and this is 6th way, 7th way. Some may believe that these only 2 ways are the best ways to reach to this river. Some believe no, these are not the best ways, we shall not believe in them. Some believe in all the 6 ways, say that these all lead to that river of the knowledge. Some believe that no, only 3. So this Nyaya school, or what we have another school there, what we call Vaisesika school, or we have Samkhya school, we have yoga, we have this Mimamsa school, and we have then what we call Vedanta as a school. These are 6 schools, 6 such schools which believe Vedas as the authority. They believe in Vedas. So this Nyaya school, they believe that you can use the logic and you can have the knowledge, you can gain the knowledge, but they believe in 4 different ways. But today I will just introduce only first these types, and then a little bit introduction, and then we'll have a separate lecture based on Nyaya, based on Vaisesika, based on this what we call that this Samkhya, based on yoga, based on Mimamsa, and based on Vedanta. Let me write Nyaya. Then we have another one, it's 1, I will write here, it's 2nd, called Vaisesika. I can transcribe it, it's Vaisesika. And then we have here Samkhya is 3rd, I'll write here. Then you have 4th here, what we call Samkhya, Nyaya, Vaisesika, Samkhya, and you have yoga first, and then you have here Vedanta. So you have Vedanta, this is Nyaya, and this is Vaisesika, this is Samkhya, yoga. Oh yeah, we neglected, there is one more, that is Mimamsa. Mimamsa. See, Mimamsa here. These 6 schools, you just be very attentive. First we introduced that there are 2 different kinds. One is Astika, one is Nastika. Astika, it's a root word from this Asti, and opposite is Nasti, means there is. Then we discussed about it. Then we said that this is orthodox school here, Astika, because Astika, they believe in the authority of Vedas. Now there are 6 different types of schools based on Astika, that's Nyaya, Vaisesika, be very attentive, Samkhya, yoga, and Vedanta and Mimamsa. Now these all schools believe that there are different ways, or there are different proofs. Those proofs you can utilize to know the knowledge, or to gain the knowledge, or to reach to the knowledge, or to express your knowledge that you gained. There are 6 different proofs. And what exactly are these 6 different proofs? These 6 different proofs are, we call them pramanas. We call them pramanas. I'll write here, we call them pramanas. So what exactly is the pramanas? It's from the root word, this is Sanskrit word, pramanas means proof. Or I can say in a simpler term, means ways. What ways? That means there are proofs. Which proofs are there? Such proofs, such ways, such acts, such things, which can make you to deduce, which can make you to deduct, which can make you to induct knowledge, or which can make you to pursue knowledge. So these 6 proofs. What exactly are these 6 proofs? What exactly are these 6 proofs? The first proof I will introduce only, that is pratyaksa. That is pratyaksa. The first, it is Sanskrit word pratyaksa. I'll write here. So I'll write also the 6 proofs. I will first rub it here. I'll rub it from here. And I'll write the 6 proofs above it. So what exactly are these 6 proofs? So these 6 proofs I'll write here. The first one is pratyaksa. So this is pratyaksa. What exactly means pratyaksa? Pratyaksa means that how you can perceive, your perception. What's exactly your perception? Pratyaksa. And what's your consciousness? How you perceive with the conscious, what we call the understanding with your conscious brain. So in perception, what exactly is in perception? I will just go in detail a bit about perception. Which means that how you perceive. You can perceive by 5 different ways. For example, you have 5 different sensory things, what we call hawasi khamsa in Arabic and Urdu. These 5 different things, like these 5 different proofs, what these 5 different proofs are. One is pratyaksa, and pratyaksa, usually they believe in what we call perception. We'll give also Sanskrit terms when we just go for elaboration of these. And perception you can do by touch, you can perceive by touch, you can perceive by smell, you can perceive by hearing, you can perceive by seeing, means sight, and you can perceive by taste. These are 5 different things. So these 5 different things, when they interact with each other, with the external object, that means this is called external perception, and there is internal perception also. These interaction between these 5 different senses and their external objects are there, then understanding something with consciousness is in pratyaksa. And this pratyaksa is a tool which is used. This pratyaksa is a tool which is used where? Which is used in nyaya school. And also what we use in nyaya school, that is let me bring first this another, let me see whether it writes or not a bit. So I need to have more these markers a bit. Like this pratyaksa, we did define that this is the proof, this is the way this nyaya school uses. Now another is, that is what we call that anumana. That's called anumana. It's a term, anumana, which means to infer. Anumana. So I write here second one here. Anumana. Anumana, I'll write here inferring. Infer. How you infer things? You infer things by 2 different ways. One is the way by deduction, and one is the way by induction. For example, you have to reach to certain truths. You just suppose, you just make propositions, you just make premises, you just make statements first. And when you make statements and then you reach to the conclusion, and that conclusion gives you that deduction. That means deduction. And opposed to it, what we have, that's induction. This we have dealt in the lecture. We have separate on induction method, deduction method. In this Western philosophy, you can go to those lectures as well. So this is anumana. This is also being used. The second, what we call these pramanas. I did this. Rabbit, that second pramana, that means second, what we call the way, the second proof. So I'm introducing you all the 6 proofs which are used by different schools, and which school uses how many these proofs. It will be discussed in second lecture. That the first proof they use, that is pratyaksa, which I did say. The second proof, that is anumana. And now the third proof, what we call that is upamana. Upamana is one more proof. Yeah, of course. Third, I will write here upamana. Upamana. Now this is the third proof. What exactly is upamana? Upamana means, that means when you reach to knowledge by using upamana. What's the way in upamana? It's Sanskrit term which means comparison and the relationship. Comparison and the relationship. I write here comparison and relationship. Comparison and relationship. So when you compare things, or when you have when we have similar things, for example, you have this thing, you have this thing, and you have this thing. You have these similar things, and when you join similar things, you see where are the similar things you saw. This is the similar to this, and the similar ones, and you just saw the relationship also. And when the similar things, you just decode them in the form of knowledge. So that's called upamana. That's called upamana. And then we have then more, that is arthapati. That is arthapati. I will write here arthapati. Arthapati. How we testify? By using this arthapati as the tool. What we do with this arthapati, we derive, and we do one thing, that we do, for example, let me get the example. For example, I do a problem here, I have a problem, and I do error in this problem. I reach to the conclusion with error, and now again I do, and I reach to the error, again I do, I reach to the error. So when you compare different errors you did, and these errors, when you compare them, these errors, you compare them, and you reach to the conclusion which you give in the form of postulates, or in the form of derivations, what we call, in the form of derivations, in the form of postulates. So I'll write here a better word for this arthapati as postulate. Postulation or postulate. When you postulate something, that means by gaining knowledge, or by giving knowledge, So you use this proof. Then we have one more, that's called sabda. Sabda is the word. Word, or what we call this, to testify the past experts. For example, you have any knowledge of the past, or you have any expert of the past, and you have some theories, you have anything like that. When you testify, using what you use, using these words, when you testify something, we use that proof, what we call sabda. We have a separate lecture on sabda. So we have what exactly we have. We have pratyaksa, we have anumana, and we have upamana. What we have here, we have upamana, and we have also arthapati, and we have also these sabda. So these are the proofs. Which we use in order to what we call in order to give proofs, and in order to detect, in order to perceive, in order to give perception, in order to infer, in order to compare, in order to postulate, and then only we reach to this then only we reach to the knowledge part. And yes, I have one more. It reminded me one more, that's anupalabdhi, I think. Anupalabdhi is the last proof. I have perhaps neglected, if I have given wrong this pronunciation of the word, so you just suggest, and I apologize for that. That's anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi. This is the last proof. What we call anupalabdhi, and this is opposite to perception. This is called non-perception. So what we did in this, we used sensory, these organs, sensory things, for these sensory things as a proof, and then interaction with the external object. We said that it is anupalabdhi. So dear students, and dear viewers, and dear these all, today we had a general introduction of different schools, like Nyaya school, like Vaisesika school, like Samkhya school, and like yoga, and also the Mimamsa you can see, and also the Vedanta. And all these schools, I did say that they believe somehow that they can reach to the knowledge part, they can gain the epistemological part of these truths. That means the knowledge about truth, knowledge about what exactly is in Vedas. They use different proofs, and we did say 6 proofs all these schools use. Some use 4 proofs, some use 2 proofs, some use 3 proofs, some use some more proofs. So these proofs they use. These proofs are this pratyaksa, this is anumana, this is upamana, this is arthapati, this is sabda, and this is anupalabdhi. Even sabda is the last one they use as a proof. So this was general, and we'll have some more lectures. Some more lectures will be connected with our series, but if you want to get some more videos free of cost, you need to subscribe our videos. So subscribe our videos and be in touch with the knowledge of the great texts ever, great texts ever, or the philosophy. Be at least introduced to the philosophy which surrounds you for the last 1,000 years. And one more thing, I got some suggestions, and some of them do believe that this series is very good, and we shall have some more lectures based on Islamic philosophy as well, and other religious philosophies. We will include that too in our ongoing lectures. So be with us soon, our next lecture. Till then, goodbye.